The fatal shooting of Michael Brown by Ferguson police officer Darren Wilson was not an isolated event in American policing, according to FBI statistics. While records are considered incomplete, the Federal Bureau of Investigation says between 2005 and 2012, an average of at least 2 black people a week were killed by white police officers in the United States.
Shots fired, male down, black male, maybe 20.
The most recent accounts of what are termed justifiable homicides compiled by police suggest black teenagers are 21 times more likely to be killed by police than white teenagers. Civil rights activist Martin Luther King III.
And there are several incidents where police are consistently, it feels, to communities of color, shooting them. So the question is, how do we address this as a society? And I think this is the pent-up frustration.
What do we want? Justice! When do we want it?
Now! Brown's killing and other recent high-profile cases involving white officers shooting unarmed African Americans has inflamed racial tensions and sparked demonstrations demanding reforms. President Obama established a commission to study issues in policing, including proposed programs to equip more officers with body cameras.
Frustrations that we've seen are not just about a particular incident. They have deep roots in many communities of color who have a sense that our laws are not always being enforced uniformly or fairly.
The U.S. Justice Department has launched a program to work with local authorities to train officers on the use of force, bias reduction, and procedural fairness. Attorney General Eric Holder.
And although these issues are, as I said, complex and the problems long-standing, we have seen in city after city where we have engaged that meaningful change is possible.
Some black leaders want more minority officers patrolling in African American communities. But National Association of Police Organizations Executive Director Bill Johnson does not favor so-called race-based policing.
If you go too far, there's a risk then of saying, I want, Officer Jones in this community because he or she, Officer Jones is the same color as the people who live here. And at that point, you really are making decisions based on people's color, and I think that's wrong.
U.S. Justice Department officials are conducting more than 20 investigations into police departments, including in Ferguson, Missouri, to see whether there are patterns of using excessive and deadly force in minority communities. Simkins, VOA News, Washington.